Okay.
You need to resize Discord, I guess.
I'm similar. I like learning about it, but I don't like learning it.
Can somebody check YouTube if it's streaming properly?
That's a cool one.
So,
Oh.
Was it Amigos? Yeah, it's streaming.
Okay.
yeah, exactly. We'll see. We'll talk, and it'll be. We'll figure that out. Oh yeah, have you seen around here
This is
the
what
map's not
YouTube
fun?
sees.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't see it.
yeah. It's beautiful.
Nice.
It's hard.
Okay, so I will share this small side project I was working on the past probably few months. But so for today, I will be introduce the concept of X to earn, maybe few projects, and discuss what's X to earn, the concept of it, and then explain a little bit why I named the project called Momentum Chain. So this is an app that will reward users to achieving their goals or finish their projects or form a new good habit. Okay. The So for the first one, I'd like to introduce a bit is proof of meditation. So it's a East Denver hackathon winning team. The project is allows users to do meditation and earn tokens from them. So the how to play this, we can say it's a GameFi or yeah, we can say it's a SocialFi or GameFi app that basically they have a mode called cohort-based meditation. It's a 21 days meditation challenge. You can set up your goals for like meditate 10 minutes every day, but first you have to stake tokens for like maybe few hundred or so, and then if you successfully do your challenge every day, then everything's fine. But if you fail to do that, the tokens you stake to the pool will distribute to other meditators who successfully challenge the 21 days meditation period. So, and another feature of this app is that they map because you have to wear a Fitbit device for them to detect your heart rate and everything during your meditation so that you are not cheating. And also they map your data into a NFT as a reward as well. But mainly the system, the mechanism I like to introduce is the 21 days, the rule that to kind of like to force you to do this every day. Okay. And the second one is on Solana. It's called Steppen. It's also a hackathon winning team. They win. I think they got the fourth place in Solana ignition, but I'm not 100% sure of this. So yeah, and they are also a winning team. It also has the GameFi and SocialFi elements in this app. So how to play it is that when you start this game, you have to buy NFTs. It's called sneakers. You have to buy the sneakers to start win their tokens. It's called GST. So for I think they have a new feature that you can rent sneakers too. So you get 30% of the GNT from the owner of the sneakers, right? So this project that the main purpose, one of the main purpose of this project is to encourage people to be healthy, and also at the same time earn some GST token. Okay. So for my own project, I also want to do something to encourage people to do something that maybe is beneficial for themselves and earn some money at the same time. So it's you can do some goal setting in this app. Maybe for now, what I can think of is for developers, we always want to finish some side projects, and sometimes we maybe we don't have time or we don't put the priority. So once you set up the goals on this app, you do something similar. Is that you deposit, you stake your tokens at first, the 21 days challenge, and start this challenge. So for the goal setting strategy is that these are like kind of like science-backed theory that helps you to really achieve your goals. So for like a study by like a doctor in Dominican University of California, that it says we are 42% more likely to achieve our goals simply by writing down. So for the app, the everything that's featured in this app is backed on science. Like also you have 65% of successful completing your goals by committed to someone. So once you start your project on this app, you can just spread your message to your friends. I will explain how to do this later. Okay. So this is something that why it's a 21 days challenge is because at first you always feel you want to do a lot more at first, and then over time you just feel tired or lazy, or you feel more excited at first, but over time to do it continually is very important for finishing a project. So why it's a momentum change is because you have to start for not stopping it as a momentum and don't break the chain, because for this mechanism we would say that you have 3 times chances to not doing it once a day, but if you complete the challenge, you will get tokens as a reward too. Okay, so how to play is that in this app we will have challenger, and I think the mechanism is very similar to meditation, that you stake, and if you fail to achieve your goals, those tokens will distribute to other successful challengers. But in the future, maybe I want to add the other roles called watcher or supporter. They can join too, and they can stake on your project if they feel confident that you will achieve your goals, and they can maybe got 10% from you. And the other thing is that how to validate if you are doing the things you promise to do. So in the future, maybe we want to have the mechanism for people to vote if you pass the criteria. Okay. The last one is advertisement. Is that for most of the X to earn projects that the monies come from the users, that especially the new players. So I'm thinking maybe there's a way to improve this, but because it has this social fi element that eventually we can add some advertisement and encourage people to do something related to new forming good habit, like reading a new book and get some generate some income from advertisement. But that's just a thought and not sure if it's a good way to do it. Okay. So for the project of the infrastructure is that I think the proxy pattern would be the good fit for this project, because for every users, they have to create their smart contract to do all those things, that to register, distribute, and also I will have this main core implementation contract that can it's good to manage all the smart contracts that created by the user. So as you can see, for the proxy pattern is that users create the smart contract and it only interact with the proxy contract and then delegate the business logic to our main implementation. And the good part of this pattern is that it's upgradable contract, that I think for this one, I choose UUPS. It's a new pattern for proxy. So if I think maybe it's not always a good option to upgrade, because to upgrade your contract is we choose smart contract because we don't want it to be always upgradable, but I think it's a backup mechanism for us to in this case I think it's a better infrastructure. Okay, so this is the smart contract that I deployed on a testnet called Goeli. As you can see, I finished 2 rounds of 21 days challenge. For every day, I upload 1 link of my project, which is doing my own side project. So you can probably see this here. There is a pull request and it's still on GitHub. So sometimes I can submit a PR for my challenge, and sometimes I just submit a link that is a documentation that I just read for doing some research, because I personally not that familiar with Solidity and all the smart contract things. So for me, it's a learning process too. You can see we have few methods in this contract. It's called distribute, upgrade, progress, and register. So for this distribute thing is that actually if you didn't succeed upload your progress for 3 times, it's not, the project cannot immediately stop. You have to execute it manually. So I think that's a limitation. Doing the smart contract thing, I'm not sure what's the best way to do it, but right now you have to manually execute the distribution. Yeah, so that's it. That's my talk. Thanks. Yay.
Yeah, that looks cool. I wonder, so you submit, for example, the link to a pull request. Is there like maybe an oracle that can check if it was merged to figure out if it was accepted? But then also, who would do that?
Yeah, that is a good question. I'm still thinking what's the best way to check it. You mean what's if it's validate, if it's
Yeah, right. Like I was thinking more like if you submit the, like if you set up the smart contract and you put in the tokens and you put in the pull request link, then you could also merge it and say, yeah, I did it.
yeah.
So and also maybe you just put the link to a pull request, but the pull request doesn't have any content. It's just like but like if there was somebody to review and merge, or if it was an oracle to check if it was merged, and maybe there's somebody who actually reviews, but once they merge on GitHub or wherever it is, then somehow the oracle would pick it up and say, okay, it was merged, which means that was like a legit contribution, so the chain is not broken.
Right. I think that's really good solution for that, because I didn't at first. I think as long as we upload something every day and it passed, it's based fully on trust. Trust on someone, but like we have this challenge in Taiwan. It's called 20. I think it's called 30 days Iron Man challenge as well. It's for developers. You choose the topic that you want to learn, and you post an article about how you learned it, the learning process every day for 30 days. And that happened too. Sometimes people just post an empty article, but they edit it later. Yeah. And so that also passed. But yeah, that's really good solution for it. I didn't think about that before, but yeah, now I think that it can be a really good solution as well. Also, I think maybe we can add some voting mechanism later for some people to join and vote if you pass the challenge. Right. Thanks.
So the thing that I'm most reminded of by here is that is Kickback. Are you familiar with them?
Kickback.
Yeah. So it's like it's a platform where people can set up events where in order to go to the event, you put down a deposit. That's like your ticket. And then once you get to the event, if you prove that you were at the event by like going to the organizer and saying like, hey, this is my address, you get put on a list of people. And then after the event is over, everybody who wasn't at the list loses their deposit, and everybody who was on the list gets the total pot split between them. So it's kind of like the same thing to incentivize actually attending the event. But what they do is that there isn't any like 10% going to supporters or something like that, and it's entirely like all of the funds come from the deposits and go directly back to people who attended the event. So there's none of this like Ponzi-ish element that you were concerned about. I was just like wondering if you've seen the benefit from like having extra rewards outside of directly participants and
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, the extra, right? Because once we introduce extra say supporters to join this project, it will be we have to consider what's the extra profit that we have to make from somewhere else. Yeah, I think the benefit is to add more social elements on this, because once we have people on this, more people on this, some people maybe don't want to challenge something, but they might want to see what other peoples are doing. They might want to see what's the good habits, what they are reading or what they are learning. So that's the component that I could think of that to make it more fun to play. Yeah, but that's right.
I mean, it might be something to consider where if, like, you can directly fund supporters from extra profits instead of taking anything out of the.
Yeah, I think to find the founder, to find extra funding, it's definitely better to. Otherwise, it's going to be like the thing that I'm worried about most is it becomes something more Ponzi-ish, and we really want to try to avoid that.
These accidental Ponzi's are funny. Oh man, again?
Right.
So I wonder, so the extra earn, is there like already a set of smart contracts that I can download and reuse with the front end, or is that the plan, or just wondering?
Oh, you mean the project I'm working on right now, or overall the
Yeah.
excellent
I mean, I
pattern?
get the idea, but are there already smart contracts that
Yes.
I can basically deploy and reuse?
I think so. Yes,
All right.
you have right. We have already.
Her projects contracts. You can use Kickback's contracts.
All right.
Is the idea to make this as a I don't know, like a platform or technology for anyone to run their own thing on it? Like, I don't know, a couple of years ago, we did some workshop for healthcare, and we built like a smart contract that was connected to Fitbit API. And it was this kind of challenge, you know, you have to do 10,000 steps every day. And you basically, if you do them, you get rewarded.
Yeah.
And the who pays for this is basically insurance companies, because they are motivated to kind of keep people healthy. So I wonder if this is kind of meant to be like a set of tools that somebody like this insurance could run by using it, or how would you like people to use this, or what is like a product at the end of this?
Wow, that sounds pretty similar to this platform. Yeah, I think at first it should be more focused on certain area. So for like, if it's focused on walking, certain steps every day, it's focused on people's health. But like right now, it doesn't really focus on any specific field. It's just like encourage people to do anything they want, that finish this challenge. So for me, I think I will hope it become like a social media Web3 version. People can just discuss what they are learning recently, what's the trendy thing to learn, because I think people I think for most social media right now, people is not really encouraged to maybe form a good habit or learn something new. Maybe this is a new product I haven't seen before. I don't know. Maybe there's already something similar to this.
Like a social media platform where people are developing themselves and getting paid to develop themselves.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, right. It's like that. So for me, I think that's just be honest here that most people don't really know the mechanism behind most of the X to earn product, but they want to make money. So
But wait, if everyone who puts the money in to kind of
Yeah.
set their, do they have to be the same goal? Like if I say I want to do this 21 day of meditation, do others who also want to do 21 days of meditation put the money in the same pool, or anyone who wants to do 21 days of anything, is this going to the same pool? Is it one pool only, or is it many pools based on the topic?
yeah, that's wow. I didn't think that. That's a good question. I think for now it's yeah, because some projects are difficult, some projects are probably really easy, so that's not fair. But like right now, if it's not focused on certain field, maybe just everything goes to the same pool. And but yeah, that's an issue if something just too easy. But I think in my experience, to just upload something every day is already difficult to do it continually 21 days. So I think for people who is willing to try this, it's already I would say for if in my mind is that if they are trying to make money over time, they might just really learn something from it, even though at first they didn't. They just want to make money. They maybe they just want to upload anything that's irrelevant, but over time they really learn something from that because of the 21 days is really long.
What I heard is like, yeah, you need approximately 21 days to change
Yes,
a habit.
yes, that's
Or to get
That's what I
that
read
something
from
becomes
too.
a habit.
yeah.
So yeah, you can play on people's greed or something. You know, the motivation is maybe money, but then because you're doing it 20 days, oops, you're
Yeah,
accidentally
yes,
changing
accidentally,
behavior.
right? Yeah, that's what I think too.
But one question, like, imagine that everyone would be super greedy to earn this money, and everyone would achieve the challenge. Would anyone earn anything? Or would they just get their money back? Or are you earning just from those who fail, basically?
You earn just from
so
those
you will
who
try
fail.
to destroy others to not achieve. Because then you earn.
That can be a new rule.
Insurances to also
Yeah.
sponsor it with
Someone just join and sabotage.
some just supporters who chip in.
Right.
I have a question for.
Oh, sorry. Here you go.
The question is, could you apply this model, like, can you use anything else than Fitbit, or is it possible to like? I didn't understand that part. Do I have to wear a Fitbit while I'm doing the challenge?
Oh, for the meditation, yes, you have to wear that for
Okay.
them to analyze and to avoid you are cheating.
Mm-hmm.
But for the projects that I'm working on right now, you don't need any device. You just like upload a link every day. Maybe that's a video of you like trying to dance.
The proof.
Yeah, the proof.
Okay,
the
I dig
proof
that.
of
I
you.
dig that. I dig that.
Yeah, but like the problem is if you are really doing it or you just randomly upload a link. Right.
No, I dig it. I dig it. This is
Yeah.
more questions later.
More questions later. Okay. So we don't have.
Jonathan, do
any
you have any questions?
more. Okay.
Are you ready to share your artwork with us? Yes. No? Still drawing? So is there anything else to add here? Are you, like, in which stage are you at the moment? Are you looking for co-founders or like funding, or is this just like a hobby project that you want to push on the side?
Yeah, I think it's a hobby project right now for me to learn how to getting more familiar with Solidity and smart contract stuff. Yeah, maybe if there is more progress, I can join the hackathon too. Yeah, but for right now, it's just a hobby project.
Cool.
Thanks. There's no more questions, and that's end the streaming.
Should we finish, or Jonathan, do you think that we can show something before we finish streaming? Is there anything that we can show? Or we just attach it later to. Okay, then we're close to. When did you start working on this?
Oh, I did 2 cycles, 21 days. So
Oh,
Oh, wow, that's meta.
that's cool.
yeah. Okay, let's end this.
42 days ago.
Yeah.
So you did 42 days, yeah,
Yeah.
but every day.
Yes. Is
Practice
it
what you
exit?
code.
Yes, like dog food. Or
Dog
how-
fooding.
Yeah,
Dog
dog feeding food
Okay.
from the dog.
Is this? Should I click
Wait,
on
wait, wait.
this?
No. We will have Jonathan
Oh,
sharing
nice,
the.
nice.
So he's basically creating each time like a artwork inspired by the talk. Sometimes it's obviously inspired by the scene. Sometimes by the content. You'll
I
never
thought it
know.
was hilarious when with your double
Oh,
laptops.
look at this.
It's so funny.
Oh, nice.
And 21 days.
Oh,
And what is
cool,
this?
It's a monk. It's like.
Ah, yeah, it's a
That's what we're turning
meditation.
into.
Wow. Wait,
So cool.
let's see.
I love
Can
it.
we share?
Oh, look at that. 21 days and me,
Yeah, that's cute.
meditator.
That's so cute. We'll attach it to Twitter.
Awesome.
Sweet. So thank you then for sharing this with us.
you.
So this one.